Um, as Mary Jo did, I'm going to read across the books, starting from a poem in the first book and ending with the last poem in James Merrill's final book. This is called The Black Swan. Black on flat water past the jonquil lawns riding, the black swan draws a private chaos warbling in its wake, assuming, like a fourth dimension, splendor that calls the child with white ideas of swans nearer to that green lake where every paradox means wonder. Though the black swan's arched neck is like a question mark on the lake, the swan outlaws all possible questioning, a thing in itself, like love, like submarine disaster, or the first sound when we wake. And the swan song it sings is the huge silence of the swan. Illusion. The black swan knows how to break through expectation. Beak aimed now at its own breast, now at its image, and move across our lives, if the lake is life, and by the gentlest turning of its neck, transform in time times damage, to less than a black plume times grief. Enchanter. The black swan has learned to enter sorrow's lost secret center, where, like a maypole, separate tragedies are wound about a tower of ribbons, and where the central hollowness is that pure winter that does not change but is always brilliant ice and air. Always the black swan moves on the lake. Always the blonde child stands to gaze as the tall emblem pivots and rides out to the opposite side. Always the child upon the bank, hands full of difficult marvels, stays forever to cry aloud in anguish. I love the black swan. I was just remembering those letters show how generous and warm James Merrill could be. But I met him only once here. I think when they
94?
Yes, 94. And I was wearing a pink shirt, and he read a poem that ended, "Never wear pink," and stared at me. And then at the reception, he asked if it was true I had majored in Greek, and I said yes, and he started speaking, and I realized he was speaking ancient Greek. And I didn't know what to say, and I ran away. So, I don't know why I'm telling that story. This is called The Charioteer of Delphi. Where are the horses of the sun? Their master's green bronze hand, empty of all but a tangle of reins, seems less to call his horses back than to wait out their run. To cool that havoc and restore the temperance we had loved them for, I have implored him, child, at your behest. Watch now, the flutings of his dress hang down from the brave patina of breast. His gentle eyes, glass brown, neither attend us nor the latest one, blistered and stammering, who comes to cry, village in flames and river dry, none to control the chariot and to call back the killing horses, none now that their master, eyes ashine, will not. For watch, his eyes in the still air alone look shining and nowhere, unless indeed into our own, who are reflected there, littler than dolls wound up by a child's fear, how tight their postures only know. And loosely, watch now, the reins overflow his fist, as if once more the unsubdued beasts, shivering and docile, stood like us before him. Do you remember how a small brown pony would nuzzle the cube of sugar from your hand? Broken from his mild reprimand, in fire and fury, hard upon the taste of a sweet license, even these have raced uncurbed in us, where fires are fanned. Yes. This is called Last Words. My life, your light green eyes have lit on me with joy. There's nothing I don't know, or shall not know again, over and over again. It's noon, it's dawn, it's night. I am the dog that dies in the deep street of Troy tomorrow, long ago. Part of me dims with pain, becomes the stinging flies, the bent head of the boy. Part looks into your light and lives to tell you so. My father's Irish setters. Always, throughout his life, the parts of it I knew, 2 or 3 would be racing upstairs and down hallways, whining to take us walking or caked with dirt, resigning keen ears to bouts of talk, until his 3rd, last wife put down her little foot. That splendid thoroughbred lineage was penned safely out of earshot, fed, of course, and watered, but never let out to run. Dear God, the new wife simpered, tossing her little head. Suppose they got run over. Wouldn't that be the end? Each time I visited, once or twice a year, I'd slip out, giving my word not to get carried away. At the dog's first sight of me, far off, of anyone, began a joyous barking, a russet and rapid as flame leaping, then whimpering lickings of face and hands through wire, like fire, like fountains leaping with love and loyalty, put, were they, in safekeeping by love, or for love's sake? Dear heart, to love's own shame. But loyalty transferred leaves famously slim pickings, and no one's left to blame. Divorced again, my father, hair white, face deeply scored, looked round and heaved a sigh. The setters were nowhere. Fleet muzzle, soulful eye, dead, lo, these 40 winters? Not so. Tonight, in perfect lamplit stillness, begin with updraft from the worksheet, leaping and tongues, far shining hearths of our hinterland, dour chieftain, maiden pining away for that lost music, her harpist's wild red hair, dear clan of ginger and Finn, as I go through your motions, as they go through me, rather, love follows, pen in hand. And I'm going to end with this poem called, where is it? An Upward Look. An Upward Look. O heart, green acre, sown with salt, by the departing occupier, lay down your gallant spears of wheat. Salt of the earth, each stellar pinch, flung in blind defiance backwards, now takes its toll. Up from his quieted quarry, the lover, colder and wiser, hauling himself, finds the world turning toys, triumphs, toxins into this vast facility, the living come dearest to die in. How did it happen? In bright alternation, minutely mirrored within the thinking of each and every mortal creature, halves of a clue approach the earthlights. Morning star, evening star, salt of the sky. First the grave, dissolving into dawn, then the crucial recrystallizing from inmost depths of clear, dark blue.